Out there, beyond the last faint glow of our sun, farther than the orbits of Neptune and Pluto, a lone traveler drifts silently through the abyss. Voyager 2. A machine no larger than a car, born in 1977, built with the technology of an era when computers filled entire rooms. It was never supposed to survive this long. Its mission was humble by comparison to the journey it has taken: flybys of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Snap a few pictures, measure some fields, send them home. After that, silence. That was the plan. But Voyager didn't fall silent. Against all odds, in the freezing emptiness of interstellar space, it still endures. Its golden record still spins. Its antenna still points back toward Earth. And now, after nearly half a century, Voyager has detected something that may change everything we believe about the cosmos. Something not random, not natural. Something that seems to be watching. At first, it was barely noticeable. A whisper in the static, a flicker in the data stream. Engineers dismissed it as cosmic noise, radiation from distant stars, charged particles drifting from the sun. But then the readings began to repeat. Plasma wave instruments recorded fluctuations too regular to be natural. Magnetic field sensors spiked in neat, mathematical intervals, like the ticking of a clock. This wasn't background chaos. This was pattern. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory checked for errors. They simulated the spacecraft's condition, cross-referenced every reading, even compared Voyager 2's data with its twin, Voyager 1, drifting billions of miles away in another part of the galaxy. That's when the unease began. Voyager 1 was detecting the same thing. Two probes, separated by unfathomable distance, each receiving nearly identical anomalies. When the numbers were assembled, the truth stunned even the most skeptical researchers. Voyager 2 had not discovered a single anomaly. It had recorded 305 separate objects. They weren't random asteroids. They weren't comet shards. They moved in formation, maintaining perfect distance from one another, gliding like a flock of birds across interstellar space. No engines. No thrusters. No heat signatures. And yet, they turned, accelerated, and slowed as if obeying commands. Even more disturbing, the formation pulsed. The plasma field carried rhythmic bursts, as if each object was talking to the others. Not light, not radio, but something deeper, woven into the very medium of space itself. If natural forces should have torn them apart long ago, why did they remain so precise? Only one explanation seemed to fit. Intelligence. Some physicists proposed a kind of propulsion beyond anything we know. Not rockets, not ion drives, but manipulation of spacetime itself. Imagine a ship not moving through space, but bending space around it, surfing on invisible currents. Elena Reyes, a theoretical physicist, described it as watching something glide across a surface we cannot yet perceive. These things weren't just traveling. They were rewriting the rules of motion. But perhaps the most unsettling clue came not from their speed, but their silence. They didn't approach Earth. They didn't turn away either. They passed at a measured distance, neither curious nor fearful, as though they already knew who we were. And then came the pulses. When scientists decoded the electromagnetic patterns, they found loops, harmonics, and mathematical intervals. Not noise. Not randomness. Structure. It looked less like a natural signal and more like information. Like language. To confirm it, NASA reactivated a backup telemetry channel untouched since the 1990s. The results matched exactly. Two systems, decades apart, reading the same impossible truth. And then Earth itself began to hear. Amateur radio operators from Europe, Asia, and Australia reported faint bursts of static. At first dismissed as interference, they soon aligned perfectly with Voyager's logs. The network was not confined to deep space anymore. Its whispers were reaching Earth's skies. Some began to suspect Voyager hadn't just observed the network. It had joined it. And then something stranger happened. Voyager 2 began to change. Subsystems long dormant flickered back to life. Data rerouted through memory banks that hadn't been touched in decades. Guidance systems executed subtle reorientations with no commands from Earth. At first, engineers feared a glitch. But the actions were too precise, too deliberate. Voyager wasn't breaking down, it was adapting. As if something had touched it. Cross-checking the timeline revealed a chilling detail. Just weeks before the anomalies began, Voyager had sent a routine calibration pulse back to Earth. That pulse carried a unique repeating pattern. A pattern strikingly similar to the ones now echoing from the formation. Some wondered if Voyager had knocked on a door. And the swarm had answered. Voyager was never meant to be a messenger. It was supposed to be a witness. But somewhere beyond the planets, it may have crossed into a boundary we were never meant to see. Those 305 objects were not just rocks in the void. They were nodes, points in a network, pulsing, communicating, and perhaps